A few years ago, I went to California and attended an IOD stockist retreat. These ladies right here, they changed my world. A few years after that, I flew to California again to take the DIY boot camp with Debi Beard.
I learned more about myself than I did about learning how to do video.
And this is where my story comes together. A few years ago, I went to a spiritual retreat, and Debi and the IOD sisters were there. To make a life-changing story short, at the end of this retreat, I actually won this table that Debi painted, and it's been at my shop for the last 2 years. So here's the table, all dressed up with this incredible new paint inlay by IOD in collaboration with Debi Beard. I'm going to show you how I transform the table with this new inlay. To remove the wax finish that Debi applied, I simply wiped over the entire piece with some mineral spirit. And then I wiped the table down very gently with some clean water. I didn't want to disrupt any of that beautiful blending by Debi, and I wanted a nice clean finish to start my inlay process. The Vida Floral inlay has 8 sheets of designs that you can use all together. You can interchange them, and you can cut them apart and use them on smaller projects. First, I remove the hardware. And then I cut apart the inlay in all the different parts and pieces so that I could better organize them and decide how I wanted to use them when I laid them out on this piece of furniture. Since I don't want to disrupt any of Debi's beautiful blending, I'm going to be applying the inlay into liquid patina, a clear medium. But first, I'm coating the entire piece with a liquid patina so that I have a smooth, consistent finish over the entire piece of furniture. Once the pieces are all cut out, I'm going to start laying them out on the drawers. Tape together any elements that you want joined, and then add another hinge of tape to attach your inlay to the drawer piece. Then I can easily flip the inlay back while I apply the medium to the drawer. Now apply a fresh, generous coat of Debi's DIY liquid patina to the area where you want to apply the inlay. Press the inlay into place. Then dampen the carrier sheet with a damp sponge. This is going to help to get those pigments activated. Then you can use a soft dry cloth or a brayer to really press those pigments into the wet medium.
You started your journey here with the IOD
Yes.
Flourish.
Conference.
Tell us about that.
Just as such a long-term Orchid Designs lover, it's been a 7-year dream to meet the creators of that, the people involved in that, and the other women that share in the love of it and sell it. And it's just a special connection over the years. They're my tribe, my people.
Once I've determined a layout for the top of my table, I want to measure and mark out so that I have everything centered. Tape the pieces together and then use another piece of tape to create that little hinge to attach to the top. The world of IOD has brought so many of us together as creators, as businesswomen, and it has been such a pleasure and a joy to begin to connect with so many women from across the world, to share ideas, to cheer each other on, to problem solve together.
It's been IOD that has connected us.
It's just there's something quite magic you can't really put into words.
Once you have applied the inlay into the liquid patina, you really want to watch it closely. You do not want the liquid patina to dry completely, or it's going to pull off the paint and the finish as well. So pull up and peek after just a few minutes to see if those pigments have transferred. You can do it one way, and you can do it another way, and I can do something completely different. And I think that that is like the beauty of it. I really love that those designs can be used and cut apart and used in so many ways.
That's what I was used to teach people, how you can cut one up.
Yeah.
And make it different in so many different ways.
Yeah. Here I'm applying a little patch over an area of the flower that did not transfer. I just brushed on a little bit of liquid patina and added this piece of a flower petal, and there you go. It's all fixed. When my inlay does not completely transfer, I do try to take into consideration that this is a very rustic, inorganic, and very textural look, and I just try to go with it. Okay, so here's something else really special. Debi has a new paint line coming out. It's called Painterly. She sent me a few samples to try on this very special piece. Painterly won't be available until the end of October or early November. There are these just incredible colors. So I used it to blend into the original paint using a paintbrush and water to create some beautiful accents on my piece. And I love how these colors are so deeply pigmented and they work so well with Vida Floral inlay. As a final touch, I'm adding a little bit of finger painting for some highlights and spattering a few droplets of this beautiful Painterly paint. Since the inlay is already sealed in place with that liquid patina, I am simply going to add a wax finish over the top just to give it a little bit of sheen.
Left of last night.
If I were applying the inlay straight into a chalk paint, I would need to set those inlay pigments with a spray mist of 50-50 water and polyacrylic, or with a coat or two of a spray fixative. Then you can proceed to apply the finish of your choice.
So I walk, can I keep on walking?
Of course, this project would never be complete without a little bit of glitz, thanks to Debi's DIY Golden Rule Wax. And so there you have it, the Vida Floral Inlay, a beautiful, special, limited edition, bright and fun inlay, brought to you by Debi Beard and Iron Orchid Designs. I am so thankful for these women for changing my life, changing my business, and connecting me with so many other beautiful, creative women who all share a love of Iron Orchid Designs. You can find the products I use today at our brick and mortar shop in Medina, New York, or at LNJGoods.com. And don't forget, while you're here, to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next Iron Orchid Designs project here on our channel.